Hello everyone, I am Tacit, and today, what are we at? Campaign 23, week 8, day 2 of the Vault Event weekend. So today, of course, well, we're going to be doing the Vault Event weekend. As far as other things we need to finish up, I don't believe there's too much. I think the biggest thing is probably Underspire, which we're probably saving mostly for tomorrow. It's one of the easier days. Of course, we have access to goblins, so it is pretty free to go kill it all. It's just a matter of, actually using the teams and getting there. So it shouldn't take that long. We're already slightly more than halfway through. Got all the torches we need for when we do want to go do it. The biggest downside of it is no gnomes appear there. So I've been neglecting it the last few days because there's no gnomes there. But yeah, we do need to get it done at some point. Normally I just finish it on Sunday, which is exactly what we're doing this week for it. So we should be fine. Anyways, today's goal is, yeah, just throw a Palooza, throw down quite a bit more Explore 12. Still trying to get all the medals we need to go and finish off the maxing of Blackhawk. We were doing some of the math earlier, and we're actually a lot closer than we thought we would be. But yeah, we're definitely within striking distance of having it done tomorrow, and that is the game plan then. And today is kind of just a catch-up day on that, trying to make some more progress towards it. And that's the game plan. Anyways, let's go clear out all dailies. Nothing to do there other than, I guess, the pet food. Go grab that real quick. The other thing we'll have done pretty much automatically. Let's kill out everything with the good old Flower Dragon team. Honestly, we're going to be using a lot of Flower Dragon team today. Pretty much everything will be Flower Dragon other than when we go run a singular Palooza. It's definitely going to be a pretty Palooza light weekend. Just because the focus is not necessarily on Vault Keys. So the Vault Keys are nice, but more so on all the tokens we need while getting some extra gnome loot. As we have gotten a few sets of verses already, which is nice. Actually, we've gotten more verses than we've used for once, which is really rare. Normally I use far more than I get. Well, maybe not far more, but like the ratio is way more. But, man, it's the other way around for once. We're actually earning Paloozas this time around. Which doesn't tend to happen because we end up consuming so many every single time. Oh yeah, that Mythic's still available, by the way. He's going to be good for next Guild War, and that is about it. Unfortunately. Oh, come on. We broke our top 3 curse. No, or not top 3 curse, but, the top 3 being lucky to us. But, nope, not today. Pretty much the exact opposite. Horribleness on top row. Alright, what do we need here? Oh yeah, we are stunned, so we don't get our free mana. Oh no, that's a problem. If literally anything else could have died to that death mark, we would have been fine. Of all the things to choose to die to that death mark, that is not the one we need to have happen. Let's try it again. We got full mana on turn 1, so hopefully that's enough. Death mark doesn't even have a single chance to trigger. Okay, now it does. Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it! Alright, good. It cleansed. I don't think we have a Cascade here. Let's try to see if we have any other weird mana thing we could do. Oh, it is Stifle Reflect. It's funny. I kind of keep forgetting this thing even has 35% Skull Reflect. It's still such a small number. I really wish Reflects in this game did a lot more than that. But hey, 35%? That's still 1/3. I can still do enough to end up killing them out, which is nice. Let's need some water. Just got a fresh water so I wouldn't run out today. Yes, hello, Chad. Hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Not normally a day we've been streaming lately. But every Vault weekend lately we have been streaming pretty much every single day. Or at least Friday, Sunday for it. But this time around we're doing all 3. Well, it's because I really need to get the metal grind done. I've been putting it off for so long now. It's not even that long of a grind. I just keep putting it off. This weekend it'll finally get done. Then we don't have to do it again until we somehow come across like 15, 16 more purple deed books. Oh yeah, that reminds me. That's something else we should get done today. Since we'll probably have to finish up a little bit of Underspire tomorrow. I need to go do enough PvP today to hit 20k PvP points total. Which I think we're pretty close. We only need like 1,000 or so. Like we're like right on top of it. I need to go do that so we can start opening our deed books again, so we can start getting our purple deed books, so we can start upgrading the other kingdoms, so we can start doing Explore 12 again to go upgrade that as well. All chain reaction of resources. But that's the Magic Kingdom, the permanent Magic Kingdom for +2 magic. The final one we don't have. Honestly, once we claim that, I would say we pretty much have max stats again. We'll still be a few off compared to people who buy like every deed book that ever shows up. But once we reclaim, or not really reclaim, but finally claim that final magic, we effectively have max stats again. Because right now a lot of people have it, but we currently don't. Well, I wouldn't say a lot of people, but some amount of people have it while we don't. But once we have that, we pretty much have reclaimed max stats. Right, and like a few durability off. Alright, what was I just doing? We're clearing out that. Dailies, check. They'll get done on their own. Check. Invasion. Wait, does the guild still need help with invasion? They do. Let me go do that right now, actually. Invasion's pretty free this week as well. So hello, Cookie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's Izzy been doing? I haven't seen her stopping by much, but I've still seen her been playing Palia, so she's still sucked up in that. Honestly, I haven't played it since the update. I need to go join you guys sometime. I haven't played it in like half a year. And it seems like they had a pretty big update last month. Oh, wish gem. Nice, nice. Honestly, let's keep the wishes going. Oh, it failed. Hey, there we go. We got it. Still have to revisit Puzzle Quest 3 as well, yeah. I keep seeing it on my Steam thing whenever it gets an update. Which is kind of funny because on the new computer I don't have it downloaded, but still keeps showing me updates for it as if I do. Which reminds me, I need to go get Puzzle Quest 3 profile into my new computer. Almost forgot about that because I never downloaded it since I got the new computer. You have to do the same thing for Gems of War to transfer your account to each device. But once you have the code thingy, it's pretty quick. It takes like a minute. Hello, Mulu! Welcome, welcome, welcome. He said sometime somewhere this year I would try Puzzle Quest 3. Honestly, I probably still will be. Maybe after the next major update, because you should be getting one probably in a month or two. The next thing I probably will be streaming next week is Deltarune. I've still been avoiding every spoiler, and I believe Chapter 3 and 4 just came out on Thursday. Actually, the same day, oddly enough, that the Switch 2 came out on. But, yeah, I was gonna go do that. Also, since this computer doesn't have my save file from the other computer, and I don't think it has cloud save, I wonder if I end up playing it on the Switch 1. Because if they also released it on the Switch 1, I think my Switch 1 still has save data for, oh, not what I wanted to click. But I think my Switch 1 still has save data for it. But if we don't, we'll just start it straight at Chapter 3. It's not really that big a deal. We lose some of our progress on the RPG side of the game. But storyline-wise, it would still be the same. It would just be slightly weaker for everything else, which wouldn't really matter too much. Custom hard difficulty. Because I think they added that sometime around Chapter 2, where you could just start from any chapter in case you lose your save data. Which happens way too often. Because that game has been taking so many years to develop, that most people have gone through, like, several different devices. Because it's been on, like, its 5th, 6th year or something of development. These must be done by one person. Obviously, it has some people helping. Let's see. Underspire, we'll be doing you at some point. Might be doing some of you today. Guild, Invasion, we just did it. How's the guild doing overall? Do we only have one category left? Ooh, 2 categories. Okay, I might have to buy a tier tomorrow. Now we need all of our slackers doing their battle. Yeah, also, if anyone wants to join the guild, we still have 2 spots left, by the way. Yeah, why does Invasion feel so much harder this time? But I might need to get another tier just to go help out the guild. But yeah, here's a code. Yeah, I didn't hand out a code earlier. Here you guys go. Enjoy, enjoy. Oh, hello, Stacy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, so next order of business. Let's go clear through PvP real quick. Shouldn't be that much. I think we have 2 corner battles plus the middle. It's Mystic plus, what was the other one? Wait, did I forget to take it yesterday? Oh no. Did I do the gold battles but then forget to do the other one? Why do I feel like I do this so often? Where on Friday I'll do the 2 battles for the gold marks, but then I'll forget to do the other one for the thing. Yep, this looks like what happened. Oh no. Well, we'll just do the central then. Whoops. We got a double buff today too. To be able to get all of our Valhawks. Yeah, Fridays do have a outer battle, right? There should be a double outer battle. We took our double for gold marks, but then forgot to take the one that gives you the gold marks for the following day. And after that, we'll probably toss into a Palooza and then just explore 12 grind the rest of the time. Because we gotta rack up as many tokens as we can by Monday. And sometime on Monday's stream, we'll be handing out the monthly pet, but also, I want to go get Blackhawk upgraded. I want to do it before next Guild War. And Monday just makes sense to do it on. It's hello Anderson! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, the spell reduction one still alive. If only we could find a skull. There we go. It's hello Blaze! Welcome, welcome. That feel when no Brighter Shores? Honestly, I was wanting to do a stream for Brighter Shores soon. Maybe I will sometime early next week. Because I need to go do the potion equipping quest for the 2 side accounts. And then just do a little bit of grinding. Because, yeah, they're finally at that point. I've been trying to get them through all the new quests that they added in Hopeport. And one of them's almost all the way done. The other one's like halfway there. Yeah, let's just take these middle battles. Yeah, I've still been upkeeping it every day. Just haven't really been doing much grinding on it. Beyond the bare minimum of what would basically be considered dailies in that game. I do plan to really revisit it around chapter 5 though. Oh yeah, that did not go well. But yeah, around the time Brighter Shores at chapter 5. And or the combat rework, either or. Might even go back to streaming it daily for a while whenever either of those two come. Because bare minimum in chapter 5, I want to go get 200 all. And the combat rework, I might go all the way to 2000 combat. I'm not sure yet. It depends if they add any bosses to go grind with it, or if it's just a combat rework. Because if it's just a combat rework against the enemies that already exist, I probably wouldn't grind it to max. But if it was a combat rework and they added like 3 bosses that you could like infinitely kill for a good loot, then maybe I would. Because then you'd have more of a target to go for rather than just random enemy in every chapter. Do I enjoy playing Brighter Shores? Oh yeah, I still enjoy playing Brighter Shores. It just we fail a bit of the grind wall of the game that pretty much every MMO gets to. Where every goal you have is grind for like a billion hours. And I'm kind of waiting for content to fill out those grinds. So that we don't have to do the same thing the entire time every time. Because also RuneScape's done that pretty well. Like if you look at how you had to grind a skill back in like 2005 compared to 2025. Like, there is so many options you could do. You could literally upgrade some skills literally just from hopping from minigame to minigame to minigame. Because Brighter Shores doesn't really have that. Like, if you want to go get 500 Chef, you basically just live in the kitchen for an entire month. Like, 8 to 10 hours a day. In that game. Until it's max. Like, there isn't any variety to it currently. Like, the activities are still fun, but the variety isn't there since it hasn't had, like, billions of years to add more content. I just realized I was doing middle. Oh, I still need those for the Valhawk. But I forgot. I need to go do... Oh, wait, did I never grab my second buff? Let me go get that. I was wondering why I didn't have the other thing. Yeah, let me go get my other buff real quick. And then we'll go get our one Valhawk and end in the middle battles. Ooh, that's a big miss. Hell's Kitchen. That was a good TV show. I haven't seen that in ages. Do they even still run it? Why do I like Gems of War so far? Probably addiction. We've been playing it for over 10 years now since it launched. I know, it's just a pretty chill game to pick up every single day. Easy to pick up for a few minutes and put it back down. As well as to grind for like an hour or so. I wouldn't say it's a pretty good game to grind for several hours though. It's a pretty good pick it up for a few minutes, pick it up for like an hour kind of game. Basically this entire game is just matching colors on the board in order to get a bunch of spells and then casting those spells for a bunch of damage. With your main objective to be killing the enemy. Some battles this stream might look a little bit weird because we are in like the absolute end game and have very high power creep for some teams where we pretty much just like auto win within a few buttons. Oh, that's exactly what we're looking for. Verse 3. This is the whole reason why we saved this grind for this weekend. That is the exact thing we were looking for, as many as possible. Let's hope he doesn't run away. Oh, that's not helping. Oh no, don't you dare do it. Oh no, wait, that's actually really scary. He might actually run. What is the safest way of doing this? Let me crack open this. Okay, this one needs to not miss. Sketchy, sketchy, sketchy. Very sketchy looking. Very sketchy looking. Okay, he did not run. Alright, that was almost really, really bad. Alright, we're fine, we're fine. Verse 3 secured. We'll be opening him in a moment. Actually, once we finish PvP, we'll go open that right now. Just gotta do one in middle and then the 5 for the other thing. Well, technically 6. So let me go finish that and then we'll go use the thing we just got. Is it multiplayer? Kind of. It's all single player as far as your battles go. But there's a lot of guild activities that are technically multiplayer in a sense. As well as fighting other people's pre-made team. But it's one of those like pseudo multiplayer games. Where you pretty often fight other people's team compositions and stuff like that, but you never actually fight them in real time. It's a feature I've always been wanting in this game. I wonder other games they actually added a real-time co-op. I was kind of hoping they would eventually add something like that to this game, but they still haven't yet. Not sure if they plan to ever. The code base for this game has been like completely reconstructed and redone multiple times, so I have no clue at this point. Oh, so am I doing battles in the wrong place again? I feel like I am. I meant to only do one here for the Valhawk and then go to the other thing. Alright, yeah, go to middle. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's go finish out PvP. Well, there's another code, by the way. I did a few more. In a bit. Alright, what do we want here? Go for wand. But yeah, after we clear out these 6 battles, we'll probably get to the Palooza that we just got. We're gonna open one regardless, but now we don't even cost us any. And after that, we probably just camp explore 12 the rest of the night. This has been one of the bigger goals this weekend is to finish our metal grind. And I ideally do not want to end tomorrow's stream without having everything we need for the Blackhawk upgrades. I might even do all of it tomorrow night just to get it over with. Or save the very, very last one for Monday. Where we'll get like almost all of them upgraded on Sunday night and then finish the very last upgrade or few on Monday then. Ideally I would want to have all of them though already. There's no better time to do it during Vault Event weekend where we get more loot for it. This is quite a bit slower than Quick Kill and Explore 1, though, of course. Like, you know, running like Explore 12 Quick Kill with this team. But still worth it since we're getting 2 loot that we need at once. We're still frozen on red, really. The first turn I knew we were. But on the second turn I was like, okay, we'll probably cleanse it by then. Nope. Your chance to cleanse increases by 10% per turn. Oh yeah, I think the devs were doing some kind of giveaway for more copies of this troop. They've been doing that weird giveaway thingy every single year. I'm not sure why. I didn't even bother signing up for it. They had like a thingy in game pointing towards it. Seems like such a small chance to win more copies of them. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Though everyone gets guaranteed like a few of him by the end of it if they get like enough contributors. I never really understood stuff like that though. Especially for how little the reward is. But yeah, was this Immortal over here? This one, Immortal Empyrean. I think the thing is still in game. I never bothered mentioning it in any video or any stream at this point. I saw it one day, I was like, what? But yeah, this thing. The sweepstake is ending, last chance to recruit, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, you get some free copies of him. Let's see. Anyways, we did that, we did that. Pet rescue. Do I need this one? No. I already clicked on it. Invasion. We already did it. Might need to buy some battles to help the guild tomorrow. Under Spire, we already bought all of our battles. Might want to do some of them as well, but we'll wait for later. Alright, let's go run our Palooza. To the Palooza! Where is it? Go to games, go to SoulForge, go to other, go to Palooza. And, oh yeah, let me go make sure I set my team first before I do this. Center Mirage, battle. Where is the Quick Kill Dust Devil? There we go. And now the team is set, now we can go run the Palooza. Similar to yesterday, we're probably only going to run one and then run Explore 12 the rest of the time. Because we can't really run Palooza and that at the same time, unfortunately. It would just slow us down too much. So we'll throw a single Palooza and then Explore 12 the rest. Yeah, hello Tyrion, welcome, welcome. 10 souls is not a giveaway? Is that really one of the rewards? That's pretty funny. Or do you mean 10 copies of him? I don't know, 10 copies of him isn't bad. It's not great because he's a bad immortal. Like literally maxing him isn't particularly good. They could give you like 1,000 of him and it wouldn't even matter that much. But yeah, 10 of him doesn't really do much. Because how many do you need for max? It's like 3,000 something, isn't it? Or 2,000 something? It's like 2,500 something. Like 2,550, whatever the number was. So yeah, 10 is pretty much 0. Even 2,000 is almost 0 just because he's such a bad immortal. Like even if you had him maxed, you wouldn't even be using him. It'd be nice to have, but you wouldn't really use it at all. Like it's better to have than not have, but even if he was maxed, he likely would not be your choice more often than not. Unless you just lacked every other option. Yeah, 10 is basically just enough to have a copy of him if you don't already have him. Otherwise, it's almost never going to be an upgrade. Because once you get past level 10, every upgrade is 100. Yeah, starting at level 11 or level 10, you start needing 100 souls per level. Which I think is exactly at 10, because I think it goes like 10, 20, 30, 40, so on and so forth. It's to the point where it reaches 100 each, and then it just goes 100 each all the way to level 30. And I think the biggest reward was only like 500 or 1,000 as well, which I think only one person wins, or a few, whatever that was. And even that's only like enough to a third upgrade him. You got a 36 Trim tribute today? Nice. I still have never seen the max. I have seen so many 35 tributes at this point. Probably almost a double digit of them. I have still never seen the 36 yet, the perfect roll. Yeah, I don't believe I've ever used that Immortal either. Honestly, more than half of them I've never even bothered putting on a team ever. A lot of their abilities are just too bad. Even if they were fully maxed, you would never use them. Assuming you have, you know, like most everything else in the game. What's the max? They go to level 30. They're a little bit different than other troops though to go to level 20. And the final few perks they get are pretty good. Like reducing their mana cost and getting their final trait to do a better ability. Some which do like absurd how much better their final ability is. Like Ossifer that goes from curse stunning one enemy to curse stunning all enemies. Going from being like Elementalist to basically the best curse stunner definitively in the entire game. With one single upgrade. I don't think a single person has level 30 Ossifer though. He's never been targetable. Well, you know, he has been in the burning chest thing, but like he's never been targetable in the sense that he was the exclusive Immortal at any given time. So there's a good chance 0 people actually have him at level 30. Even if you max spend money towards it. Over time he would naturally get there. But to be able to do it without buying a single PvP season is probably like 3 to 4 years to get a max. It'll be interesting to see what will happen when some people who spend a bunch of money on them, like at least the $15 PvP pass every single time. What will happen once they start getting Ossifer compared to the rest of the game not having it. Because 4 times Curse Stun on him is actually kind of busted beyond belief. Like simply extra turn. The biggest thing that makes it really strong is he has immune to stun and curse himself. So it's basically a guaranteed turn 1 or turn 2. You know, if the enemy has turn 1. It's basically a guaranteed curse stun the second you take an extra turn. There's just not really any counterplay to it other than kill him literally immediately somehow. Like right now it's kind of balanced because he only does 1 at a time. So he's kind of like alternative Elementalist. But he's going to be extremely non-balanced when some people start getting a max. Where he has like a 26 mana cost ability plus curse stun while having all immunities. I wouldn't even be surprised if they tone him down. Like to only curse stun 2 enemies or something. Because that's what I recall, his final ability is curse stun all, not curse stun 2. Oh, sorry, is max 37? Yeah, never mind, there's 38 kingdoms right now. 37 is max, my bad. 36 is still pretty high, though. Yeah, until they add another kingdom where there'll be a new max. Honestly, that would probably be like the coolest looking drop ever. If we ever get 41 kingdoms in a game, and you get a 40 tribute. The first ever 40 plus tribute. That would look really clean. Whoever finally gets the first one. Or a ways off from that, though. They've been adding like 1 kingdom every year and a half lately. Last one was January of last year. So since they've been starting to add some kingdoms again, we're actually in the current biggest time frame of them not adding more kingdoms. Ever since they started occasionally adding them after Underspire being completed, they started occasionally adding some new ones. And yeah, we're currently a year and a half without one. As the last new one was January last year. So we're approaching the year and a half mark next month. I wonder if they do have another one planned later this year. If it is, it feels like it's going to be an end-of-year thing. Like an October, November, or even December patch. Probably not December, though. They try not to do anything too big then, because normally they're away on holiday. So they try not to do a patch that completely breaks the game for the entire time during holiday. Yeah, it's the problem when I take tribute too. I always just smash click through it. Is I never expect anything special to come from it. For all I know, I could have actually had a 37 tribute before and I just never noticed. Because every time I take tribute, I spam click through it in a single second. If I'm taking it on mobile, I might not even notice what the tribute number even is. Because I might not even be looking at the screen at the time. Yeah, we'll hand out a code after this Palooza, and then go head over to Explore 12 the rest of the time then. So we'll probably hand out a code every Mimic we see. That and any Anu and better token. Though after the math we did earlier, it looks like we actually need a lot of Yasmins. And blues, like greens and blues. I did not actually realize earlier how many ultra rares we have to go upgrade in the kingdom. I thought we already did all the ultra rares for Blackhawk, but apparently not. Like nearly everything we need to go upgrade is an ultra rare. I gotta upgrade 2 mythics, which we're just gonna do with orbs. I think it was 6 ultra rares. And then we just have to scrap together one other one. Oh no, I think it was 5 ultra rares, and then we have to scrap together one other one. Which I might just do one of the better legends at that point. Which is why we need another Anu or 2. Because this Palooza should be ending any minute. I haven't really been setting timers up for them recently. Takes too much time to check. I still find it funny, out of all the locations they could have put the timer, it's like the one menu you would never go to while farming them. Yeah, we still never hit our 2K level yet. We're still in the low level system. We haven't joined the 2K club yet. Which is kind of funny because some people with less playtime than us actually has like over 2,000 level. But one thing you have to keep in mind is the first like 3 to 4 years of the game, the level cap was level 1,000. Originally it was level 100, but then it was raised to level 1000. But they didn't raise it to the system we have today until like 3 to 4 years into the game. So the first few years or so that we were grinding, we were capped at 1000 the whole time. If it was never capped, we'd probably be at like 1700 during that time, if not higher. Hello, Nightmare! Welcome, welcome. That was around the time we were playing like almost 8 hours a day. Yeah, we were capped at 1000. These days my average is like an hour every day. Roughly. Like an hour or two. Yeah, that's still my overall favorite and least favorite grind this whole game. This is one of the big motivators for grinding through the game as well, when they end up adding it. But the level 100 all-class grind is probably one of the better ones. Because it kind of gives motivation to do like literally every grind in the game because it's all connected to it in some way or another. And you get a lot of power once you finally end up finishing it. The problem is once you finish it, you're probably, by the time you, like, by the state of the game that you finish it at, you've probably finished every, like, infinitely grindable thing in the game by that point. Or at least a good majority of them. Like the things that you can actually go out of your way and, like, target farm, rather than just, like, wait X amount of time for, you know, events and things to go by. And that reminds me, I should probably go open up some of these Paloozas. I mean, some of these XP boosters. I'll go do them now. Let's go do one of them for now. Let's go use that and go do some Explore 12 with it. What are we doing? Druxzoom? I don't remember. I think we were doing Druxzoom right lately. Go to the one-shot Flower Dragon team. Where is it? There it is. Alright, let me go ahead and add another code as well. Here you guys go. And draw one. See if we can get some good drops here. Okay, we'll hand out a code every Mimic and every Anu or higher token. Explore 12 just feels so funny these days. The double one-shot Explore 12. Back in the day, I never thought we would get this much power creep. It's actually kind of insane compared to like way back when. I think the easiest way to see how much power creep there's been is go play Arena And know that those stats used to be considered high. Around the time Arena was released. And then go play the rest of the game. There's a little bit of a disparity between them. But there was a point where Arena stats were considered like pretty much tied with the highest that there is. Whereas now it's just laughably low. Need like an Arena 2.0. You still remember 7 damage Goblin? There's been a lot of different Goblin meta teams over the years. They've pretty much always been good to some degree. They may have not been the most popular team at every given time, but they've always been good. Like, just like at the Zacian week this week. Like, the kind of Goblin teams you can make in current state of game. Like, they're absurdly strong. They're just not stronger than the things that are broken. But they're still absurdly strong. It is kind of funny that that's one of the ways that Goblins got balanced. Is instead of nerfing Goblins, they just power crept everything else to be better than Goblins over time. Maybe not everything else, but you know. Like, no best team in the game is 4 times Goblin. Even though 4 times Goblin is on the stronger end of any team in the game. But no absolute strongest team is a 4 times Goblin team. Though in the past they have been that way. The biggest thing holding them back is no Empower and no 50% mana start. Well, we've been doing so good on verse 3. We haven't been going an hour and we already got our 3rd verse 3. Half the stuff we've been doing doesn't even have a chance of getting them either. We're getting so lucky on the thing we need. Also, hello Outlander, welcome. Yeah, it's our 3rd one already. Oh, that's our 4th one already. What is this luck? Can we get 3 in a row? Can we get 3 verse 3s in a row? I'm not sure if I ever have. We've definitely gotten 2 before. We literally have 2 right here. Come on, show us your triple. Come on, 1 more verse 3. I'm not sure why we're getting so lucky on him. Can't complain though, it's what we need. Come on, 3 verse 3s. Come on. Ah, we got gypped. We only got 2 in a row. I don't know, a lot of people mention that. I personally don't feel like Goblins in the current state of the game would be broken with 50% mana start. They'd be very absurdly strong. But I don't think they would replace things that are already used today. Because they already have a lot of ways that once they get going, they just have infinite mana anyways. As long as they never add an Empower to Goblins, I don't think 50% mana start would break them. Because you're already 20% mana starting them, so you're only really giving them another 30% start. It's mostly an Empower immediately be able to use a Goblin that would make them broken. Like if you could just instant Empower into full mana Goblin. But going from 20% start to 50% start I don't feel like would break them. It would make them a lot more viable though. But what would break them is an Empower. If you had like an Empower Goblin, like even half as good as Leprechaun, Goblins are forever broken for the rest of time, even if they never get a 50% start. I don't know, half mana start Iron Gut isn't really that broken. Like you're pretty much insta getting him to full mana anyways with 20% mana start. Like if you cast Leprechaun into, because that's the team you normally use him on. But if you Leprechaun into Iron Gut, you're pretty much getting full mana even at 20%. Like for 50%, you'd have to go waste an entire slot on your team to go put it on your team, which wouldn't be worth it over another damage source. So in the context of like a quick kill Underspire team, or Underworld team I mean, you wouldn't even use a 50% Mana Star Goblin on it, on an Iron Gut team. Because you'd get more value from running like Zolgoth or Catharix or something else there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using him for next Guild War. King Bloodhammer? I was considering him. The problem is he has mana conflict with some troops that you would be using otherwise. You also already have something that can create a Doomstorm, so you'll basically have two things that have a redundant mechanic. It'll probably be worth it if you don't have the Mythic, though. We're in a very weird fight right now. Should ultimately win, though. I'm really curious to see how the new anti-extra turn mechanic's gonna work. Because it might be the thing that finally kills goblins. That new big mechanic that they're cooking up currently. I'm not sure if we're getting it this summer, but it sounds like we're getting it sometime later this year. At some point. But they're adding a system that can counter certain team types. With the most notable one that they mentioned being able to counter extra turn spam teams. Which might finally put goblins in a grave. Their whole gimmick is gain extra turn. So if you have a way of hard countering all extra turns, then yeah, goblins will basically never be used again. Is their whole premise is auto extra turn. Yeah, that's basically goblins in a nutshell. Once you get them going, they are the most auto-win like troop type in the entire game. But the problem is their damage is really dated compared to the current power creep of the game. Even if you ignore Stellaryx and Flower Dragon and compare their time to kill to insta-kill troops like Zolgoth, Iron Gut, stuff like that. Though in all fairness, Iron Gut is a goblin. But if you compare it to like insta-kill builds, goblins are so slow. And then you compare them to, you know, Flower Dragon, Stellaryx, and they're even slower than that. Like, in every area where you would need to do infinite damage, they're not really that good because they apply infinite damage so slowly. So even though they're, in theory, really good for, like, high-level Explorer, high-level Underspire, stuff like that, or high-level Underworld, I mean, you pretty much never use them for such because they take too long to win. It's one of those troop types that, on paper, they're like the strongest in the entire game. But in practice, they take too long to get rolling, and then do too little damage once they're infinite looping to justify using a lot of times. They're really good in areas where losing matters, though. Like if your enemy doesn't have freeze, and you're allowed to use them, and it's a situation where it matters if you lose or not, then goblins are really good in that situation. There's just very few times that pop-ups these days. Yeah, the new mechanic they're doing, I don't think it'll really slow down the game. I think it's more so just like a mechanic to kind of change up PvP and a few of the things a bit. Because I don't think it really matters when you're up against most battles within the game. If anything, it would probably most heavily affect Guild War and PvP. Whatever that new system is that they're doing. I don't think it's going to affect that many other game modes that much. Because you wouldn't set it up in a way that would counter yourself when doing another game mode. There's a lot about it that we just don't know how it'll work once it comes out. Or, you know, until it comes out. Actually surprised we haven't heard more about it. They mentioned it a bit last year, but we haven't really heard it much since. Might not even make it in this year. Based on how they were talking about earlier, it did seem like it would make it around summer or sometime before the end of the year. But it could be a next year project. Especially since balancing it will probably require more than one patch. I'm just hoping whatever that new system is that they do, they don't make it like ultra pay to win upgrade or whatever else you got to do for it. Because you know they're going to add like 5 new currencies, half of which are going to be almost money locked. Where they're not technically money locked, but you know, you get like a drip feed of them like so slowly. Kind of like how deep books were. And still to some degree are. Oh, so after this set, let me go to PvP actually. I forgot, we haven't hit our goal yet. I wanted to go get 20 keys so we go open our deep books. I'll go do after that, after the next battle here. For the next chest opening. Up goes King Grimhorn. He's going to be our main carry for next Guild War, hopefully. Still not sure if I'm going to be using him or not. He can backfire a bit. The problem is having yellow to Doomskull alignment. And if the enemy team has like a yellow to whatever convert to go deny him. Because if they do, it might not be worth running him. Oh nice, an Anu! Here you guys go! I said every Anu we would do one. And every Mimic, though we haven't seen a Mimic yet today. But there you guys go. Our first Anu tonight. Oh, and enough for an upgrade too, nice. Perfect. Alright, let's go and get the rest of the PvP rating we need. I need 20k. Which means... Oh, I need to go get 2.3k? Oh, maybe we're not doing all of that right now. Oh, wait. There is a way, though. There is a way. Wait. Oh, we're definitely doing it all right now. Wait. Alright, let's go get the 800 we need. Let's see. Is that enough for me to get the ladder thing? Ooh, I should go push for it now since I used that. I might need to do that tomorrow. Push the rest of that. But for now, let's go get the last 1,000 we need. But I need to start using them more throughout the week. Because every single season I've just been dumping them all at the end, which is not the way to do it. We should be dumping them to try to secure gold marks when we can. Because dumping them all at the end only secures 1 week. Whereas if we dump them throughout, we could secure like 3 weeks or so. Or we otherwise wouldn't have gotten the gold mark reward. Which is basically the equivalence of like 2 to 3 more deep books. Just for allocating them across a long period of time rather than all at once. For the exact same reward too. Like we're still spending the exact same amount of medals. But if we use them more strategically, we could get a lot more value out of them. I had a team earlier. The main thing that's going to make this annoying is he got Submerged Gem on his last slot, and I have no counterplay to it. I was got to take this and hope we cascade something. We did not. Oh! Oh, I haven't done that in a very, very long time. Actually, I'm not sure if I've ever done that. I just died to enemies Flower Dragon 35% reflect. I've done it to other things, but I don't think I've ever been on the receiving end of it. Whoops. I keep forgetting that thing even does that. Because I know it has no score reduction. Because my perception of it is no score reduction, it's like, oh, it's safe to hit it with a skull. But it does have 35% score reflect. It just doesn't have any damage mitigation to skull. But you still counter skull, just in a different way. I'm curious if they're still ever going to nerf Wanda Stars. They were going to originally nerf Wanda Stars and Stellaryx, they never did. And now, of course, we have Wanda Stars plus Flower Dragon. Which is equally as broken, if not slightly more so in some situations. Yes, we got the nice cold bottle of water. Good old water. I don't know, we don't say water that weirdly. Oh, so where'd all my gems go? What did we spend it on this week? I'm down like several hundred gems. Oh, come on. We're still like 3-4 battles off. Oh, we have enough to go open deed books for the next 2 days. Almost 3 days. Next this week, the rest this weekend we go open 3 per day. Which means we should get at least 1 purple deed book. Still need a lot more than that, though. Oh, does my pet still have a pet active? We're about to find out. We do. Immortal Fernax. I wonder if he has it upgraded. Ooh, he does. He could devour us at any moment. Except I think we have immune, so no, he can't. It's kind of funny how much that mechanic has fallen. Back when the Great Worm had that at 50% chance, it had a bug like many traits at the game at the time, where it could multi-trigger. So if you just did a big cluster of skulls, you could devour the entire enemy team simultaneously. And back then there was nowhere near as many counters to devour. But yeah, that's probably still one of the funniest teams that have ever existed. Bone Dragon plus Great Maul at its peak. Where you just cast one Bone Dragon and your Great Maul just devours the entire enemy team. And if something somehow lived, you would then just devour with Great Maul's actual insta-kill devour ability. Yeah, there's that one guy we were talking about earlier. All he does is deal true splash damage to 3 random enemies, boosted by burning gems, and if used in Central Spire, deal double. Oh yeah, that's the other issue too. He's only usable in Central Spire. That's actually kind of bad. Mostly because you're allowed to use everything in Central Spire, so it's very unlikely that you have no team at all. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, any of them that are ever Central Spire are basically pointless. Because that means you have literally no damage source at all. Like no Truffle, no Beatrix, no Flower Dragon, no Stellaryx. Because that's the only instance where he'd be even remotely worth using. Just if you somehow lack literally every damage source in the entire game. No Tesla, like no nothing at all. Which I think very few people are in that position. Like maybe some newer players in the first few weeks, first month. But Central Spire is probably the worst one to have it, because it completely cancels out their main gimmick, and that is you're allowed to use an Immortal in an area regardless what your restriction is. So even if the Immortal is not the restriction, you're still allowed to use it. Whereas Central Spire, you're allowed to use everything, so that extra restriction thing does nothing. Alright, I think we have enough to go buy our things now. There we go, we did it. Alright, let's go gamble them on books. Come on, purple. Come on, purple. One more roll. We get 3 more tomorrow, though. Nice! We got it. There we go. Alright, let's go into another code. There you guys go. Enjoy. And now we'll go do a little bit more Explore 12, I guess, to end it out with. There we go. We got it. Hopefully we get lucky and get another one from the other 4. 3 tomorrow and whatever left on Monday. Nice. We still need 1 billion more, though. Oh, we're getting there. How many more do we need? That's not how you check. We need, hopefully we have enough writs for another one. Let's just assume we do. That means we need 16 more purple deed books, roughly. Oh, pretty much exactly. Because we'll be able to scrap together the other parts. But yeah, we need 16 more actual purple deed books. As the rest will get scrapped from little purple deeds that we find here and there. Oh, that's not too bad. 16's still a lot, though. That's more than half. But we're getting there. 1 purple deed book at a time. Let's need like 1 billion purple events to come out of nowhere. And then we can finally go claim max magic. Because once we claim max magic, I would basically consider us to have max stats. Even if we're somehow like 8 or 10 off compared to some people. It's only like a little bit of durability and attack. Magic's the main one that matters. And we're still missing 2 magic to our max magic currently. To imagine, Flower Dragon is not even in his final form yet. You know how much 2 magic does for this thing? That is anywhere from 6 to 7 damage depending on how it rounds. It's guaranteed at least 6. And that's to all enemies. Which means just that 2 magic buff is a total of 24 extra damage across the entire enemy team. That is a lot of damage. Because it scales off of magic basically better than pretty much anything in the entire game right now. With Stellaryx being pretty close to it. As well as all true damage options being pretty close to that as well. Like ones that do like full AoE true damage. Oh, so wow, it's already been an hour? Did I not realize it's been that long already? Time has been flying by tonight. I want to go for at least a few more chest openings though. And then tomorrow during the day and during stream tomorrow, I want to go and finish out the Explore 12 grind. Because we have +2 attack waiting on Blackhawk for us to go claim. It's just been sitting there. But technically +1, we already claimed the other one. Oh wait, no we didn't. Oh wait, yes we did. Because we already did the D-Book side, yeah we did. So I don't know what we're missing is a star one. And the only reason we don't have it is because we need gold elite levels, and the only reason we don't have that is because I've been slacking on Explore 12 the last few years. I've actually done really little Explore 12 since like 2021. I did a lot in late 2020 to or late 2019 into 2020. Because that's when the main mechanic that made it worthwhile came into the game. The whole medal system. But since 2020, I barely touched Explore 12. There's been a lot less incentives to do it. Because I was also around the time when the Orb update came into the game. That basically flipped the incentive from farming Explore 12 to farming Vault Event weekends. Because that was around that era of time. When they finally buffed up the orbs. But we also had Paloozas in the state that we know them today. But I would say it's the first time that there was like a big shift of where you would go and grind. I mean, not ever in the history of the game. But definitely one of the bigger ones. Where Explore 12 value became so much less because of the new orbs that could just upgrade stuff. Which kind of shifted all focus on Vault Event weekends then. Like this weekend. Though of course you could still do them both at once. It is slower than quick killing low level, but you get the benefit of both. You get slightly less benefit from the Vault Event weekend. If it's a grind you have to do anyways, it kind of works out. Oh, so you 50% spell reduction or something? Why are you so tanky? Another nothing from the chest. Kind of few okay drops tonight, but nothing too outrageous today. Very average or below average luck on Vault. I mean on Explore 12 chest. I think it might be to go for the final chest we go for tonight. Let's go hand out the final code then. Until tomorrow night. And hey, we'll be able to go over weekly spoilers tomorrow night as well. Though I do have to say, out of any month, or any week we have all month, next week does look like it is going to be the tamest week we have all this month. But then it's followed by like the biggest one we have all this month. Yeah, next month is probably the smallest one. I mean, next week, I mean. We have Tower of Doom bringing in a pretty bad weapon. We have Bounty Hunter that, you know, just standard Bounty Hunter. It will be a good time to event key and get everything you need for the Guild War next week, though. Because the Mythic that doesn't drop table right now will still be available for those 4 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest. And all that week, you'll be able to go event key for the 50% Mana Star Dwarf. Which is pretty much required for the next Guild War. Not like required, but yeah, go get it. Like, you don't want to leave next week without it. Because unlike the Qatari King for last Guild War, this one is actually easily targetable. Like, we're talking like 100 or less event keys or so to end up getting a copy on average. So we're getting a lot of verses near the end. We got a 4, now a 1. Alright, where's our 2 and 3? Come on, let's get the whole set. Aw, boo. No full set for us. I was probably should have just taken mana there. I guess it doesn't matter with how much mana accumulation we get per turn. Alright, the final battle, unless we get a Mimic. I haven't actually seen a Mimic today, oddly enough. We got like 3 or 4 of them yesterday. Not a single one tonight. Nope, no Mimic. And no good drop either. But tomorrow we'll go finish the grind on them. Get the rest of the medals that we need. Everything's taken out, everything's taken out. Get the rest of the medals that we need here. And we'll be good to go. And then we can go finally get our Blackhawk upgraded that's been sitting there for like 2 months now. Don't worry, Blackhawk, we're coming, we're coming. You know what, let's go get this other star right now. We've been leaving this hanging. I think we have enough to go do this right now. There's no way we don't. Let me go finish this off. Did I not do it by base rarity? What's going on here? Base rarity. Show all. Alright, let me go and upgrade these 2 that aren't. I just used the double orb on them. Boom. Boom. Not the greatest of mythics, but I need them upgraded. Eventually we're going to have to do all mythics anyways. Boom. Boom. Alright, now we just need 1 more. And I don't have enough to go to one of you 2. Ooh, the good old Kraken. Do any of you guys remember when Kraken was the meta? Like running double Kraken? They actually reduced its Devour rate. I think it used to be like 40 or 50%. They nerfed it down to 35. But anyways, let me go do one of the ultra rares. We'll do Sharky. Seems to be the next one in line. Oh, he gains Mage as well. Alright, that should be enough. Oddly enough, I think this gives us 2 stars. Yeah, it does. It brings us all the way to 28 and 29. Well, now we gotta do the final one. And this is what we've been grinding for all this weekend. We gotta get 5 more of these gold deleted. I think right now I have the resources to do like 2 or 3 of them. So tomorrow's goal is to make sure that we can do the rest. And that's pretty much the game plan then. And then we get a permanent +1 attack bonus for everything forever. But yeah, our main targets are going to be... Oh, wait! I don't even need the legend. I can just do all ultra rare if I want to do. Wait, how is there this many ultra rares I haven't done? But yeah, we can literally just do only ultra rare now. And just do 5 ultra rares. Oh, no, I'm looking at it wrong. I can only do 4 ultra rares. Oh, yeah, never mind. I was right the first time. No, I have 5. No, I have 4. No, I have 5. Yeah, I have enough. Wait. I miscounted the amount of ultra rares we had. Because we have 6 of them that we could do. Alright, well, that will work out perfectly then. Well, just need to get a bunch more of the middle 3 rarities then. Unless I do want to upgrade one of these just for fun of it. Some of these are still viable. The Scroll Storm on this, the Devourer on this, the Insta-Kill Submerge on this. Also gives 50% to all rogues, so all rogue teams always run this. And this guy's really good for his Underspire location. But, yeah, just need to do 5 more by the end of this weekend. Perfect. And then we'll get our attack bonus for next Guild War. Pretty sure your Sharky's name is Tyrion. Yes, the actual Sharky pet is named after you, I believe. Wherever it is. Actually, I'll be handing out a code for this on Monday, by the way. But, yeah, Tyrion Shark. It is still named after you. Also, gosh, do we have 1 billion copies of it? I have 72 copies of it. How did we get so many? Oh, I think there was a month where we handed out like 30 of it, didn't we? Because they gave us like 1 billion codes for it for some reason. That was funny. Yeah, they need to stop giving me Sharky codes. We have so many. I feel like with how many we've done in the past and how many times they brought it back, like everyone has a shark pet by this point, that I will be handing one out on Monday as well. Which will also be coinciding us getting level 30 Blackhawk. But anyways, guys, gonna be ending it here for now. We will be back tomorrow, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be going over the weekly spoilers for the week, which is a little bit of a lighter week, but, you know, still got stuff going on. Beyond that, yeah, it's pretty much the game plan. Go finish out that grind. And then on Monday, we'll be able to go over everything, as well as finally go max out the kingdom if we didn't already on Sunday. As well as have the Sharky code. And then next week, or the week after that's the real week then, we got Guild Wars, we got the summer event starting, got pretty much everything going on that week. It's also the last week, I believe, the campaign as well to go finish that out. Because next week is the second to last week, chapter 9. And then the final chapter is on the week that literally everything is happening. So to go with even more of stuff going on that week, we have the summer event, the end of the campaign, the Guild War happening for Dwarf, and probably something else I'm probably still forgetting. Oh, I never bothered claiming these earlier. Probably go grab these. Not sure what stat that is, but it's better than nothing. What was that? We got some extra attack. Nice. Next week we some extra HP, and then magic all the way at the end. Boo, jipping us by not giving us magic earlier. That's fine. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Goodbye, everyone, and thanks for watching.